Hey Johi, how you doing? This is a video response to your Hey Johi, this is a response to your video Black Women and Hair. Um I'm glad that you made this video, but you really when you're talking about hair and black women, you're really touching on a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. I'd just like to say right off the bat that I guess, the question that I got from your video is why is it that black women are spending so much money on artificial hair and altering the natural texture of their hair? Um, well, let me say one thing, a few things right off the bat. The issue is not that black women's hair or I guess Afro textured hair can't grow long. That's that's not the issue at all. That's not the case. I think the major issue really is that unfortunately a lot of people of African descent, people with Afro textured hair, um, we haven't been taught how to take care of our hair properly in the natural state. And because it's so curly or so kinky, it's very delicate. And if you don't take care of it properly, it will break. So, just imagine if your hair grows like, let's say, a quarter of an inch a month, but due to improper styling techniques and using harsh products improperly, your hair is breaking off like a quarter of an inch or half an inch every month, then it'll seem like your hair is not growing because you're losing more hair than you're growing. Your hair is always growing, but if you're losing more than you're growing, it's going to look like it's not going anywhere, and that's the problem. A lot of the products that are on the market for quote unquote black hair are really very destructive. They dry our hair out, they make it brittle, they make it more delicate than what it already is. And when you're styling it and combing it and what have you, you start getting split ends, it starts to break off, and hence you don't achieve the lengths that you would like to have. So a lot of women have resorted to wearing wigs and weaves because they assume incorrectly that Afro textured hair can't grow. Um, it's not just women who have this misconception. Obviously, men have it too. You know, uh, Anyone who has Afro textured hair, we were not educated, I guess, because of the legacy of slavery and colonialism. We lost a lot of knowledge in about how to take care of our hair. But recently, there's begun a movement amongst people of African descent, who have decided to start wearing their natural hair instead of relying on wigs and weaves and using harsh chemicals like relaxers to straighten their hair. And we've actually found a lot of different methods in how to take care of our hair. And now we're seeing women who grew all their life not being able to grow hair. Like, I mean, there's a lot of instances of women who've never been able to grow their hair like past their ears. All of a sudden, now because they've learned how to take care of their hair properly, they're growing hair like all the way down their back, like even down to like their waist and their hip length. But it took time, I guess, for us to learn how to do that. The second issue, and I guess it's the larger issue, really, is the conditioning that we have gone through in society. I mean, there's no way that you can get around it. The fact of the matter is that we are living in a society that is very destructive or not conducive to having a positive, healthy self image. You know, the images that we've been shown of ourselves, the things that we've been indoctrinated to believe about ourselves, have been very negative. And we have been conditioned within the society that we live in, you know, keeping in mind that we're a minority. You know, we only make up, for example, in the United States, we only make up 13% of the population. And if you go outside of the United States, like in Latin America or the Caribbean, you see a situation where, although we are numerically a majority, when you look at the class structure and who is in the elite class, the upper classes in those societies, it usually tends to be people who are of a lighter complexion or have a more European appearance. And so beauty has become equated, beauty and success have become equated in the minds of a lot of people with having lighter skin, with having straighter hair, with having features that are closer to European or approximate a European physical ideal of beauty. Now, you may say, like, well, you know, wouldn't common sense tell you that beauty comes in all forms? Well, yeah, common sense would tell you that, but unfortunately, what rules human beings in general has very little to do with common sense. I mean, okay, let's just look within the community of quote unquote white people. Why is it that so many white women bleach their hair blonde when the majority of them actually have dark hair? Why? It's because they've received a conditioning within society that blondes, you know, it's better to be blonde. Blondes have more fun. And so if you're a white woman and you have darker hair, you are made to feel, by everything that you see in the media around you, you are made to feel that you are somehow less attractive than a woman who has blonde hair. So what do? You go out and you bleach your hair blonde so that you can compete or fit in or whatever, or measure up to the standards of beauty set by the society and the media. So people of African descent, we're human just like anyone else. And so we receive the conditioning from the media because we don't see images in the media that reflect us. We don't see, for the most part, images that reflect the vast array of beauty in the world. And we are made to believe that there's only one standard, and the closer you come to meeting that standard, the better. And so it's going to take time for people to be able to reevaluate their ideas of what is beautiful, and to be able to celebrate the beauty and uniqueness of the diversity within our community. You know, and thankfully it's happening. You know, and every day I go out, I see more and more women who are wearing their hair natural, and it's a wonderful thing because you see that within the community of people with Afro-Texture hair, there is so much variety. Be back for part 2 very soon. Hold on.